Now, officials have said that the air quality is safe, that the air is safe, and there's no longer a risk in East Palestine. But as you heard from Neil and Neil's story, some residents are still on edge about potential health dangers of the chemicals in the air.
Let's turn now to our senior health correspondent, Monica Robbins, to explain if these concerns are still justified at this point.
You know, after what these folks have been through, absolutely these concerns are justified. So I reached out to UH Cleveland Medical Center medical toxicology expert Dr. Marino and asked him for his insight. He has been following this issue, and he said while vinyl chloride can be dangerous, this kind of single exposure followed by dissipation and cleanup is unlikely to have detrimental health effects on residents, both short and long term. Now, you need repeated exposure to it, and once the fire was out, the toxicity degrades and dilutes pretty fast. For those miles away from the derailment who were concerned about particles floating in the air and the smell, he says not to worry. Vinyl chloride exists in our environment in small quantities, you know, from PVC pipes to car interiors. And the fact that the chemical spill was diluted reduces the level of exposure, but you can't blame these folks who are concerned about the smells in their house. Dr. Marino did say, though, he is impressed by the response by this accident, and he hopes this leads to fixing any regulatory failures, and he hopes people call for better safeguards as well. And I'm sure that there are going to be a lot of calls to representatives, both state and federal.
Now, despite the assurances that these officials are giving these residents, clearly some are still concerned. So what do they do? Where do they go if they are concerned?
You know, the EPA did round-the-clock air monitoring from hundreds of different points and found the air quality was safe. And the National Guard also said they're checking inside homes and businesses. But if you have questions, there are toxicologists ready to help to talk to. You can call them at 234-542-6474. And if you want your air tested in your home, as Neil said, keep in mind there are 300 people already who have asked for the air quality tested in their home. That number, though, is 330-849-3919. You can have somebody come out, but again, there are about 4 people who are doing this testing. I also put these numbers along with Dr. Marino's entire comments on WKYC.com, so you can check it out for yourself.
Hard situation, and these residents, they're told to be patient, but it's so difficult in a time like this for them.
And you know what, you can't blame them at all,
No.
especially when you smell, you know, everything else that was going on in the air.
Right.
And of course it's going to linger, but anybody who's been to a regular fire knows it smells for days, but the fact that there was dangerous chemicals in the air is just, it's unsettling and it's understandable.
Well, thank you for breaking that down, Monica.
Sure.
Yes, thank you.